Hey, look, it worked. Hello everyone. Welcome to episode 14 of the Beans Cast.
Woo!
Woo! I need a little bigger woo from you. Bigger woo. I You didn't even make a noise.
Woo! Woo!
Okay. All right. So yeah, on the Beans Cast, talk about coffee, politics, video games sometimes. Today, some video game talk, and anything that has been destroying our brains the past week. You like the change? It worked a little better. And I'm not even reading it. Uh, but we like to start by talking about what we're drinking. So, Trev, what are you drinking? I I
Oh
didn't introduce
man.
us.
I'm Trev, but I do want to say I think Discord just it cut off my woo. There was some enthusiasm.
There was some enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like woo. But
Uh,
yeah, Discord I can see it stops it. But I'm drinking water today cuz I've got a really busy day tomorrow and I can't be drinking coffee this late um
mm-hmm.
to stay cuz I need to go to sleep at a reasonable time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready. I'm ready for the hate. I'm gonna deal with it.
Okay. Well, I'm drinking a coffee cocktail. So I
All right.
have
What do we got?
this is a modified Carrillo, which is liquor 43 and coffee, and this one also has tequila in it. And I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Why?
It's
What
my
about it?
first experience with liquor 43, and
What is liquor 43?
it's like a proprietary uh there's a shit ton of ingredients in here, and it's a sweet liqueur. It's
Got
like
it. Got it. Got it.
Dr. Pepper. Nobody knows. But it's vaguely vanilla-y. So, yeah. I don't know how I feel.
Sounds good.
I don't know. I
Well,
think
hey,
not modified might be the way to go. I think the tequila might be making it weird.
in lieu of
What? Oh, was that a question?
it, yeah, in lieu of like what
So
it
a
what.
traditional Carrillo is just coffee and liquor 43. But
Oh,
this
so you just
recipe that I
added
found,
tequila to it.
this recipe has tequila. This is
Oh, I see. I see.
somebody else's recipe.
Got it.
Um, and I don't I think the tequila might be fighting. I could also I thought it was hilarious because so like the video that I got this from was a bunch of coffee
hmm
cocktails, and they were pimping like one coffee to make all these cocktails, and it hurt my barista brain because I was like, all of these various cocktails you are making have drastically different flavor profiles, and you're like, this one
hmm
coffee, it works with all of them. I'm like, that's
The one coffee to rule
nope,
them all.
nope, that's not how that works.
That's
Uh,
so funny.
but like the coffee that we use for espresso is got like really intense, like berry, sharp fruit notes, and that might also not play well in this situation. So, you know,
I think the berry and the fruit notes with the vanilla from the liquor
yeah,
43 might work pretty okay.
yeah,
But with the tequila, yeah, it does seem like it might be kind of competing with the other flavors there rather than kind of working with them.
yeah. The smokiness of the tequila might be killing it. So
Yeah, I gotcha.
we'll see if I drink it all. Uh, I mean, what are the flavor notes of that water?
Delicious,
Mm-hmm.
refreshing, cold,
Good.
very cold.
Cold is my favorite flavor
Uh,
note for water.
yeah, it's the best flavor note for water. Room temperature drinkers are actually psycho. I
Mm-hmm.
don't. That's crazy.
That
So,
is some sociopath behavior.
and they're like, oh, but it's more efficient because your body like
That is
has to
so
warm it up
stupid.
before it can
That's
use
so
it
stupid.
anyways. I
That's so
get
stupid.
fucked. Yeah,
So
get
stupid.
fucked. That's all.
It's
hmm
like the people that like, if you drink a hot drink on a hot day, you're gonna actually be cooler. I'm like, no, that makes no sense. I'm done with
I
you.
hate you. I
I'm
hate
done with
them.
you. Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah,
Uh, First topic of the day, we have a new Pokemon trailer.
that's exciting. That actually is
It is
exciting.
always exciting. Look at this. Look at
Dropped out
this.
Worlds.
Yeah, so it's mostly focused on competitive Pokemans.
Right, which makes sense.
Uh-huh. But one very exciting thing about this trailer is this little boy. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not the best picture of him.
Yeah. Yeah. Just yep.
Hello.
Oh, yo, what's up, AJ?
AJ,
I,
would you like to be
I'm,
seen?
I'm up to you. I'm here for the Pokemon and only Pokemon, and then I'm going to
That's fine.
dip
You
out.
can be here only for the Pokemon, but I was prepared. So,
Okay,
Yeah, he
cool.
made a
What do
scene
I
for it.
Trev,
have to do?
Trev, you want to send him the link?
Did you DM it to me?
It's in the
Or is it in the Beans
I think
cast?
it's in the beans one.
Yeah, there it is.
I was prepared, but I wasn't like prepared and like I wanted to pressure you in any way, AJ, so I didn't send it to you.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
All right.
But at
There's
some
the
I
link.
point,
gotta
AJ,
come
I'm
for
gonna
Pokemon, dude. I have to.
but at some
yeah.
point
It's tradition at this point.
we'll just put the box up and let AJ show up in the box at some point when he's ready.
Okay.
I DM'd it to you,
And
AJ.
I just got it. I am putting in the pass.
It's a very super secret password.
Yeah, super
Mhm.
secret. It's a different super secret password than the regular super secret password.
Well, I couldn't use the regular super secret
Oh,
password.
oh wow. Wait, do I? Do we need my mic? Should I
No,
allow
You
my
have
mute
mic?
to
your mic.
allow your mic, but you have to allow it. Otherwise, it won't
Yeah.
let you use your video. It's very dumb.
Okay, no audio.
Yes.
Um, wait, why does it say disable video? Why?
Technical
Why do?
difficulties. Okay, we're just gonna let this keep playing though while this happens.
I'm trying to share my camera and it's not letting me.
That's fine. I mean, if we figure it out, we figure it out.
Camera. Allow microphone. Waiting for camera to load. No audio. What the heck?
It's okay, AJ. It's okay.
I
Um,
push start and it says no.
it says no. That's fine. I'm still gonna leave your little
Unbelievable.
empty box up there so people know that you're here. Uh,
Okay.
so yeah, new trailer. This Pokemon
Mhm.
does not at all look familiar. Not
True, 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 true,
not at
true.
all a suspicious looking Pokemon
Yeah,
at
no,
all.
it's definitely not related to anything else for sure.
Not at
One of
all
a kind.
related to anything.
Mhm. Treading new ground entirely.
Yeah, yeah, like what it who is that? Who could he be? This happy little green boy. Uh,
But like, does it evolve then?
I mean, I have a few theories. I think that either it could evolve like in the
Mm-hmm.
like regular way, which I think this is the less likely one, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
or it has something to do with the whole treasure hunt situation, and it's like in some way related to your game. Like if you're in the past or the future, and then that'll impact it in some way, and it'll turn into the past super version or the
One
future
or the
super
other.
version. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so you think you see it transform in the game?
Possibly, but I
Interesting.
the only thing that we don't know, or the only the part of this that is like the unanswered question, which I think that it could also be a more natural way to like gate everything and like them not give you a god 2 seconds in, is
Yeah.
like, is this like Skyward Sword sort of situation where it's like, oh, you're in school, it's a rite of passage to get this Pokemon,
Yeah,
have this, and then like you go through the thing, and then after you do treasure hunt it like turns into the thing. But like with the first trailer, it seems like you get Koraidon or Miraidon pretty
Like right
early.
away.
So
hmm
like if
Yeah.
that's the case, then it doesn't seem like that happens. So it could also be a thing of like on some level that is a thing, like the rite of passage. Here's your lizard motorcycle, and for some reason your lizard motorcycle is different, and you're trying to unravel why yours is different from everybody else's.
Oh, if that's one of the stories, because
Mhm.
we're assuming it's those basic, stories that we've talked about, but it could be
Mhm.
something different like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it says the ability, is that a new ability or is that an existing one? Not the move, but go back up.
Shed skin is an existing ability. I believe
Okay, what's
that
Yeah.
shed skin do?
gets rid of your negative status effects upon switching out. Or
Shedskin, I'm pretty sure it has a chance
oh, it's just a
of.
chance
I
of
don't.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know with the chances, but it's not like it's not guaranteed when you switch out.
Mm,
It's just each turn it rolls a dice, and it's like, oh, okay, bet you lost your status or not.
that's
Uh,
sick.
Dragon normal
I
for
like that
me
move too.
seems to very much confirm that the legendaries are dragon type.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've got to be dragging something.
Yeah, they're each dragon something.
Hmm.
Dragon normal,
I think they're
fun
going to
type
be two
too.
different types too, for sure. I mean,
Oh yeah,
um, like there's no way that they're like both dragon fighting or some shit.
yeah, for sure.
I would be very surprised if Miraidon is not electric type.
Same.
Yeah,
Cool new ability sets up a
I like that.
substitute and does baton pass at the
Oh, the
same
move,
time.
the
Or
new
the
move.
not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ability, the move.
yeah.
Yeah,
Shed
Like,
tail.
yeah.
that's interesting. I like
I
that.
wonder if the
There's a lot.
substitute has less health, or if it's just a regular substitute.
Yeah.
Substitutes health are pretty low anyways already, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, because I think this would be, I mean, if it's used competitively at all, it's going to be like a one hit tank anyways.
Also, I wonder what type it is. Like, is it also normal dragon,
Do
or
substitutes have
does
a
it?
type?
Are these?
So when you use the substitute, and okay, so say I'm a fire type and I
Mhm.
use substitute and I'm fighting a grass type Pokemon. If the grass type Pokemon attacks my fire type Pokemon and I have a substitute up, it'll do less damage to the substitute.
Got it.
Mm,
Interesting. I
that
rarely
is interesting. I
ever
didn't know
use
that.
the move, so
Yeah,
Hmm.
there's no real reason to do it in the regular game.
yeah. Uh
This is an interesting wrinkle though, being able to also, with the baton pass.
mhm.
Yeah, so you can do that anyway. Like you can put up a substitute and then you can do baton pass and then you'll switch out your Pokemon and then the substitute will
Hmm.
be up.
Yeah.
But that's two
And
moves,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
The only reason why I bring that up is because like that could be an answer to whether or not like the substitute is a normal substitute and it's like dependent on the Pokemon that's out, or since it's like the whole thing is like you're taking freaking Pokemon's tail off,
Yeah.
which is the thing that's like, okay, so is it the whatever Pokemon you swapped out's type?
Hmm.
Um,
It should stay, right? Because it seems like it's a representative of that Pokemon.
yeah, that's my thinking.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's adorable. I think it's terrifying that apparently it can sprint at over 70 miles per hour while carrying somebody, and that
That's
children
sick.
are riding these things.
That's sick.
That is sick.
Fuck a go kart.
This is
I
terrifying.
I I do feel like it is important to note that
Yeah.
the obvious backlash or groans from people being like, it's a bike Pokemon,
Hmm.
they're running out of ideas. Should shut the fuck up, because
Yeah,
like from the
please.
beginning, what do you want? Just lizard? Like, cause that's OG Pokemon. Is like just duck.
Hmm.
Like that's a normal
Just
Pokemon.
stuck.
Like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with them. Like, especially if the theme of the Pokemon like circles in on itself and it makes sense with the fact that it's a lizard. Like, I think
Yeah.
that this Pokemon's design makes a lot of sense. Like the whole thing
Seems
about
like
it,
it.
like its body temperature, like it staying warm because it like gives people rides and stuff. That makes sense for a lizard
Yep.
because lizards are cold blooded and their body temperature is dependent on their environment. So I
Well, and
think
this one
Mhm.
doesn't even have like the legendaries kind of have like built-in like handlebar saddle section, and this one's got a little bit of a
Mhm.
saddle section going on. But if you look at the picture where people are riding it,
They like equip
they
it. Yeah.
have a saddle equipped. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wearing an actual saddle.
Hmm.
And I think the fact that we see multiple of them in the same shot with NPCs riding them, like I think
Right.
this is just a regular Pokemon.
Yeah.
But it has to, I mean, there has to be some correlation, obviously. But yeah, I'm curious to see what it is.
Yeah. So super cool little guy.
I mean, because like it's literally a copy and paste of those two, in terms of design.
I
Well,
mean,
I wouldn't say that.
I like him more.
You like him more than the legendaries?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
interesting.
I think he's cute. He's got very Gex the Gecko vibes in this picture though, like
Mm.
which I haven't seen a lot of on the internet, and that's probably because I'm old.
I don't like his head as much. I think his head looks kind of weird.
Do you think he's gonna run or does he use the wheel?
I think he runs.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or maybe both.
Yeah,
maybe both.
maybe both. We'll see.
I think in the anime he'll probably do both. I think it'll probably be a situation of like, oh, I gotta go super fast now, and he like puts his arms back and then uses the wheel.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go super fast.
Gotta
That'd be
go
so funny.
fast. But yeah, and then there's they showed new held items.
Items. Yeah.
Yep.
We got the
Game changing ones, right? Too, because didn't they just like ignore status and stat changes?
so there's the new herb that copies your opponent's stat buffs.
Which
Mhm.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, which is great because like in this example they use here, like you're gonna get to use that stat buff before your opponent does.
Yeah, the belly drum
Also,
is fucked up.
because
Like
you don't take
that.
the damage.
Yeah, exactly. That example
That's
is
crazy.
fucked up.
That's
And
crazy
then
that they went there. They're like, no, think about
I'm
this though.
honestly kind of surprised that they showed this one on screen right now, the colossal one. Because like that feels like something that would have come out through competition of just being like, oh crap, if I change it to water type, he's gonna take minimal damage and still activate his effect.
The fact that he still gets the ability is
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Loaded dice.
I think it's smart of them to do that because like
Yeah.
it's an obvious thing to people that are competitive, but like they don't just want people that are currently competitive to be competitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like to sort of
Mhm.
spell out some of those like in quotes higher level strats. I think it makes the on ramp a lot more accessible for people.
But I like that they show multiple instances of how terastallizing
Changes stuff
changes.
defensively, offensively.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So you have for that colossal a defensive change, and for the Tyranitar at the end both defensive and offensive,
Mm-hmm.
because you completely get rid of its 4 times weakness and then use the new Terastal move, which that is super interesting because it
The like hidden power sort of situation.
it changes whether it's a special or a physical attack based on the
Oh.
Pokemon who's using its stats. It defaults to whatever is the
Oh.
higher
I
stat.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't even.
That's
I didn't even
cracked
see
as
that part.
fuck.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So
you
it's
can
not
take
a
like
special or a physical move. It is
okay, that opens
decides
up
based on
move
the Pokemon.
pools so much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh my god. You could use like, like a flare blitz or something on a Pokemon that's not a physical attacker and get the 120 base damage.
Well, no, that's not
Well, no, because
Terastal
it's
in general.
the
It's just this move.
yeah, it's just the blast.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
the
yeah.
Terra Blast move.
Oh, I thought you were
Mhm.
saying when you do the
No,
terastallizing, you
no.
get the
No,
stat
no.
change.
It's
Damn.
just Terra Blast. But Terra Blast, that's still huge. I mean, we don't know what
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
base
that's
power
still
of this
good.
thing is.
Yeah, it's
But
the one move.
um but the
It
idea
can't
that
be. It can't be crazy, right? Like that's like an 80 base
Nah.
power sort of situation. I feel like, like
yeah,
65.
because it says
65.
it's just a TM. So once you get it, you're going to be able to teach it to every Pokemon that you have, and I'm sure the game is going to give it to you early.
yeah,
Like that's
because like
probably
either
learn about
way,
terastallizing.
Can't
Also,
you
here's
can't be
this
too
move.
cracked though. You can't be
yeah,
like
because
you
either
can't keep
way, I
doing
feel
80.
like
Yeah.
unless this move sucks, it's going to turn into
Yeah.
like offensive protect. Like every Pokemon and
He's gonna
VGC is
have
going to
it.
have it. Yeah,
Well,
hmm
it's like, yeah, if they make it too powerful, it's just going to be a repeatable Z move. Like,
Well,
yeah.
maybe it's a diminishing returns thing. Yeah. They do that all the time.
I was thinking it could end up because the one way they could super balance it if it's really powerful is it could be a need to rest the next turn move.
A
hmm
hyper beam, I'm never
Yep.
using it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A hyper beam / giga impact.
Or it could do one of those things where it nerfs your stats, you know,
Yeah.
Mm,
like superpower or whatever.
yeah, I would use that because you can switch out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But yeah,
I'm I'm
it's
I'm
interesting.
excited to see people do the counterplay because
Uh-huh.
it doesn't look like the Terra Pokemon can be dual type. So like people taking advantage of that and being like, oh, okay, well you don't have this
Oh.
resistance,
Yeah.
so now I'm just gonna hit you with like if you're an Ice type Pokemon now, so like like that sort of stuff.
Or like,
So get
I think.
fucked.
do you run your psychic type with find it with bug terra or not bug with dark terra type because you expect someone to like change into a ghost,
Yeah. Yep.
so you then are like, haha.
Get fucked.
LOL.
Yeah. Do we think that they're like, I mean, I don't want to say like getting rid of or like replacing shinies, but like it seems like they're trying, like, they had mentioned like in the raids that you're looking for Pokemon with rare Terra types. So like I
Nah,
Yeah.
wonder,
I think that's just them doubling down again.
you
Especially
think
if
you're
like
gonna be
out
able to
so
shiny hunt in raids too?
yeah. So the thing that I foresee happening and people being
Mm-hmm.
super cringe is I have the rare Terra type alpha Pokemon shiny square
Shiny!
version.
Oh shit! The shiny square! No way!
Because like
Yeah.
in Sword and Shield they have the chance that
Yeah,
it's like the square shinies or whatever the fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
like
think
one
they're
in
just
whatever the fuck. Yeah.
yeah, they're just adding more rarity to it, like extra levels of things that people can be cringe about.
Well, so
That's
there's
hilarious. I would that. Yeah, I like that.
one of the things there's been
That's
discussion
funny.
on like if there are set terra types for each Pokemon, and I don't think so.
Mhm.
Like I assume that
No, I think
all
you can get
all
anything in
all
anything.
18 types are open to every Pokemon.
100%. I think that it's
Yeah,
got to be that way.
And they probably just default to
It's just got
being
to be
most
odd.
likely one of their own types.
yeah,
Right.
that's what I think. I think
Exactly.
it's like a likelihood situation, and I think that there might be like a ability capsule esque way to like manipulate it.
Yeah,
But outside
like
of
a
that,
post game switch it up.
Yeah.
yep.
I also wouldn't be surprised if they did influence the RNG in sub capacity to try to avoid Pokemon, like to make some types more rare,
Like if like the cracked Pokemon,
Mhm.
Right.
like those types of things where it's like I'm a ghost type Tyranitar now,
Right.
are definitely
Exactly.
going to be the ones that are like harder to get. I
Or
think.
like, yeah,
And
that
I
water
wouldn't be
type
surprised
colossal.
if they build that in.
Yeah, yep,
Right, exactly. Exactly. If they make like, okay, well, water type colossal is gonna only be able, to be these odds versus like a ground type colossal is probably way more easy to get.
yeah, yep.
Yeah. The one that's not in that little trailer is this covert cloak, which
Ooh, what's that?
it
This is also fucked up.
it protects your Pokemon
Yeah,
from
this.
additional
Okay.
effect moves.
What does additional effect mean? Does that mean status and stat?
No, it means like
So like
flinching.
Fire Blast, its chance to burn.
Yeah.
So
Fake out
status.
was the example that they gave.
So
It has
flinching.
the flinching,
Mhm.
stuff like that. Like, so
But you
the
could
the
still get
primary
uh
effect would be damage, and then the secondary effect would be you flinch, you're freaking paralyzed.
so it could be
Like,
then like Max Darkness, right? I know which is a Dynamax move which won't exist, but like that also lowers your opponent's special defense.
Yeah.
So the
right,
lowering of the
that
special
part
defense
wouldn't happen.
would also
Yeah,
not happen. That's
yeah,
fucking cracked.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's cracked.
This
Holy
is
shit.
they're tired of Incineroar. Even
yeah.
if he's
Yep,
in like if he's in
100%.
the game, they're like, no, we're tired of seeing Incineroar on all of your teams. Please stop.
Yeah,
It's gonna be one of those things that you only get in, you only get one instance of
with
in your game.
or you just gotta buy it with BP.
Yeah, it's gonna be a BP purchase at the end of the game.
Oh, that would be it's gonna be expensive as fuck.
I'm sure. I'm sure all of these will be. Like loaded dice, I could see them getting in the game pretty early.
Yo,
But it's pretty.
loaded dice. I mean, that could make a difference for a lot of Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like loaded dice, I feel like is the least interesting thing that they announced because there's like abilities that guarantee that it always hits,
That's
and
true.
like there's items already that kind of like skew
But
the odds in your favor.
yeah, but not every Pokemon has the option to get every ability.
Yeah, that's true.
I do agree with you though. The other two are certainly more interesting. I just
Mm.
think of like instances of like triple axle.
Yeah.
Guaranteeing or not guaranteeing, but almost guaranteeing you get to hit all three times because the percentage is already pretty high on it.
Hmm.
Or not percentage, but it's like a 90%, 90 whatever rate because it's not 90%. But
Yeah.
that I think that would just be interesting. But I agree, the mirror herb is especially fucked up. And the
Yeah.
covert cloak is going to change how a lot of people have to approach the game.
Hmm.
Yeah, exciting stuff. They in non VG news. So, new shiny cardboard, Trev.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious about this, but these two Pokemon especially, I don't love the way that they look on the cardboard.
I like that they don't show the type. That they grayed out the type.
Yeah, that was so. I was like, wow. That would have been wild if if they confirmed the type.
That's
in
how
the
they announce it?
TCG, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the TCG type is honestly very
not always the
often
same.
not related. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I have a Ho-Oh in front of me right here. That's a normal type from the
'Cause not all the
TCG.
types
Yeah, but
exist.
that's just because. Yeah, exactly. Like if they did like say Miraidon is an electric type and it was yellow, that would
Mhm.
confirm it as an electric
Yeah,
type.
that
You know?
yeah. Those just I don't know, man. They look like Pokemon cards, right? But they look like Digimon on Pokemon cards.
I really like the coming out of the boxes.
Yeah, I always like those cards, but like the half art and the full art are like way better
Yeah.
Yeah,
than
I just
every
don't
other
like the way that
Pokemon card.
these Pokemon look on these cards.
People are gonna get so mad, even more so than they already do about off-center cards.
Yep. Angry about your cardboard, man.
Yeah, but that's because people pay a lot of money for that cardboard.
That's true. It's true.
Whose fault is that? Nobody's making me do that.
Pokemon's. That's not true. Pokemon
No.
makes me do this.
That's
They
not
take
true.
advantage. They take advantage of the fact that I have a problem, and they just keep putting out more cardboard. They're like, "Yo,
Also-
Trev, let me hit you up."
Also, I'd argue that the cardboard in and of itself does not cost a lot of money. It costs a lot of money because you buy a lot of it, but that's not their intent. Like they're not sitting there being like buy every all
I don't know,
cards so
man.
that you can
A
get the
booster
cards that
box
you want.
is like $140.
How many like booster packs are in a booster box?
36.
And how many cards is in every one of those? Like 12?
10.
10.
One of
That's
them's an
mad
energy.
cards.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I enjoy, as someone who doesn't collect Pokemon cards, I enjoy how these cards look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
do.
them.
I like the look, definitely. I don't like those two Pokemon on the cards, but I do like the look of the cards overall. Also, a fun thing they do with new sets is they always change up the energies, like the look of the energies. So I'm really curious to see how those look. Because
That's a
sometimes they
nerdy thing to
actually
be
do really
curious
cool
about.
shit. They do really cool shit sometimes. Like Cosmic Eclipse energies looked really, really good. They had like depth to them. Like every energy card like looked, I don't know, it was like it just looked better.
Are there people that are like, man, they really fucked up the energies this time around?
I'm sure, yeah,
I'm
bro. Of
sure
course
there
there is.
are.
It's Pokemon.
I'm sure there are.
There's probably a fucking
I
r
remember when
slash
they
they
used to
fucked up the
care
energy
about,
card.
and you remember when they used to care about their energy cards.
I love that even on
Yo.
this it says cards shown are still in development.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I
Yo,
wonder
that's for the
if
type.
that's so funny. I do wonder if there's gonna be a Charizard in this set. They probably would have shown it here though.
Cringe if there's not.
There will be a
They,
Charizard at some point.
yeah, at some point, but if it's not in the initial release set, it's kind of be surprising.
I mean, are the initial
Charizard's
release
pretty cool
sets always
Pokemon.
related to the game that they're on? Like, do
I
they
don't
ever
know.
have Pokemon that aren't in the games?
Oh well, yeah, for sure, definitely. Sword and Shield did. Because
I
people complain about that all the time, where it's like you can't even get this Pokemon in Sword and Shield.
Oh well, this is so not my area. Like even as a kid, when I got Pokemon cards,
Mm-hmm.
because everyone got Pokemon cards, I've never played the game. Like I just
Mm-hmm.
Yo, it took me mad long to play the game. I even had the game, like the Game Boy game, and I still didn't play the game.
yeah, I never did.
Can
So
you
like
get Mew in the Dynamax raids?
I don't think so.
So there's like
no,
mads of Mew cards, just for instance.
but you
There's
could get Mew.
mads of
You
Mew.
can get Mew through Let's Go.
Well, and you could. I think if you still had a Mew in a Pokeball Plus, you could put it directly into Sword and Shield when Sword and Shield came out.
Yep.
Okay.
Because they went on sale and my idiot brain almost bought a second one. And I was like, no, you're not paying for another Mew.
That's funny.
That's
I
dumb,
had
Alec.
I had two, but I gave it away
It's good.
because that was another one of those situations where I pre-ordered something and then they sent it to me. So I was like, "Fucking, I only two." And I gave the other ones.
That's generous of you.
What was I supposed to do? Sell it?
Could have sold it.
Yeah, sell it.
Hell of people do that.
Nah, I think that's cringe. When like if it would be one thing if I bought two, like that's one thing,
You
but I
paid for
got
two.
it for free. Like I think
Right.
getting it for free is like you're getting in like ethics territory at that point.
No, because then you keep the one that you got for free and you sell the one that you bought.
What does that even? But what does that mean? Like, how do you know the
Mhm.
difference?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on the Pocket Monsters?
Excited to play the game.
Same. November, need to hurry up. It's gonna
Yeah,
be Pog.
let's go. Hurry it up. I'm ready for some
Mhm.
colder weather and some fucking Pokemon.
Nah, colder weather is cringe, but I'm ready for
Nah,
Pokemon and I'm ready for Black
nah.
Panther. It'll be a dub.
Summer vacation got people in a headlock still.
Eh.
Future's a W.
Okay, later.
Okay, bye.
Have
Thanks,
a good
AJ.
day, AJ.
Same.
Follow that guy. Watch
Yeah,
Redirect. Go check out the YouTube.
the tubes of you. Yeah. All right. Thus concludes our Pokemon slash AJ segment of the show.
AJ segment. We
Now,
just did it.
this is not what you had this segment titled, but everything on it fell under ACAB, so that's what this segment is
Yo,
now.
it's funny.
That's what this segment is. So
You don't have to play. I mean, you can play the
no,
news story if you want, but yeah, the other one has like just the text of what he said, which is
Yeah.
like it's actually it was a text. Yeah.
When you told me about this,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that this was a private chat.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
So like a firefighter got fired
Yes.
for saying this. Uh, who, who cares? Another dead cop
In in
probably gets
response to a cop being killed
in response
when
to a
he
cop
found
being
out.
killed. Probably
Yeah.
against gun control. They didn't give a something. When kids were dying in that school shooting, they stood outside. Cops exist for the government to exercise its monopoly on violence. They want the whole world to stop when one of theirs goes down. How many idiots I had to transport with honor guard their dead bodies from coronavirus because they all were too stupid to wear masks or get vaccinated. All cops are for is protecting the rich property owners and the status quo. Everything else is a farce. And then I'm assuming that says fuck the police. Um,
This man is based.
but
Why are we firing a hero?
like completely agreed with everything that is said in here.
Yeah.
But I didn't know this was private. Like the
Yeah.
fact that
It
this was
was.
private
Yeah.
that got leaked. This man has an insane lawsuit on his hands. Like there's that's not legal. Why'd you fire this
Right.
man?
Yeah. I'm curious to see. Well, it depends on. I think he was speaking to other people, like other employees.
Uh Allegedly made by a firefighter in a group chat on WhatsApp.
Yeah. So I think the group chat was him and other firefighters.
Still, like I mean
Yeah.
it's Florida. So
All I know is I don't know why we're firing a hero.
yeah.
He is correct.
He was very correct.
Yep.
But that's it. Go this guy.
Yeah, go that guy. It was
Go
just a
that guy.
crazy story that was making the rounds yesterday.
Next up in this in the ACAB segment,
I don't know if we
Sergeant.
talked about this when it initially happened. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't think we did. Police sergeant faces felony charges after body cam video shows him putting his hand on a fellow officer's neck. Sergeant Christopher Police of the Sunshine Police Department in Florida. Wow, Florida. Faces
Mhm.
battery on a law enforcement officer and tampering with evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you gotta
The
do.
video is
A
pretty
police-
crazy because, like, right here, so that's like obviously him doing that,
Yeah.
but she pulled him away
Oh yeah, his
because
hand is
he was.
fully on her neck.
Oh yeah, she literally grabbed his belt to pull him away because he was being too aggressive with a already detained person in the car. And so she was like, you need to chill. Like, you got to bring the temperature down a little bit on that. And he turned around and fucking literally choked her out. And like, there's audio where he's like, don't you ever fucking put your hands on me. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's the boss.
Yeah. Well, and this is why ACAB exists, because it's like
Right.
there's no way she can stay that level of person in this system.
Right. And the thing is, there's like four other, cops there, four other dudes who are all just standing around watching it happen. They watch him choke her out. None of them, look, she runs in there to pull him away. And look, he fucking just turns around and grabs her. None of those other cops have anything to say about this.
Yeah, that's insane.
ACAB, dude.
Like, this is not a system in which her behavior like that is going to be able to be something that she can keep doing.
No,
It'll either
that's what
break her
happens.
down and she'll, resort to the same level of shit behavior, or it'll force her out,
or she'll be murdered.
or she'll be murdered.
Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that this dude's name is Police is fucking insane.
It's a very interesting last name. But yeah,
Just
so I
can't
mean,
with these fucking people.
yay for him getting charged.
Yeah, rare W for the United States justice system. Rare W indeed.
Rare W for the Florida justice
Yeah,
system.
that's a fact. That's especially a fact.
Like,
Yeah.
it's insane. Way to go, Florida.
Yep.
I guess. Except not. Like, way to just go away. drift away,
Fuck Florida.
right? You know what else we could say fuck to?
Yo, capitalism.
Capitalism.
Fuck capitalism.
This poor man, this guy,
Mm-hmm.
never missed a shift at the Burger King he works at in
27
27
years.
years, which means he's worked sick. Like he because there's no way in 27 years you haven't been too ill to work your food service job at some point.
Right. That's a fact.
So, which is bad for him and bad for every
Mm.
single person he served on those days. But I don't blame
True.
him because
Nope.
he would have gotten in trouble
Because capitalism.
because capitalism. And did he get a bonus
No.
for that 27 years of perfect
Well,
attendance?
well, define bonus.
Monetary compensation.
Oh, that? Well, no, he didn't get that.
Okay.
He did though, get some Reese's Pieces.
I love some Reese's Pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you say some, was it like a truck load of Reese's Pieces?
And the truck, right?
Yeah, and the truck that the Reese's Pieces came in.
Yeah, no, it was like a bag of Reese's Pieces. And like to be clear, when I looked into this further, I believe the manager put this together themselves. Like it wasn't even like the company doing something.
Yeah.
It was like the manager
The
probably
manager
spending
who
their
probably
own money.
has yeah, exactly. No budget to reward their employees.
Right.
To spend company money. So yes, this is definitely the manager spending their own money.
Right.
Been in that position.
Right. Right. You've managed people. You've been in that position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
And like you can see in the photos too, because this was like shared to Instagram or whatever. This guy, genuinely seemed happy about this, which is like, a function of capitalism. It's a function of being brainwashed by capitalism. You and I were talking the other day that there's nothing wrong with having pride in your work
mm-hmm.
and like being happy with what you do and like feeling that actually makes a difference. The problem is when the, rich fucking overlords are the only ones actually benefiting and that you don't get to enjoy the profits of the labor that you are working so hard for, as well as feeling emotionally, satisfied or whatever.
Yeah. You know how that company could return his hard work and dedication? They could compensate him monetarily more than someone who just started there 3 weeks ago.
It's just like the root of the frustration here is like, unless you truly believe a CEO is 800 times more valuable than like, an entry, it might even be more than 800 times at this
way
point.
more.
Yeah, so whatever X the difference is in yearly wages there, unless you truly believe a CEO is that much more valuable. It's fuck capitalism, man. I hate this shit so much.
Before I left Starbucks, the last reporting of how much the CEO made, I did the math, and you could not work full time in the market that I worked in as a barista for 40 years on the current barista rate and make as much money as he made that year.
That's insane.
That's insane.
That's insane.
That shouldn't be allowed to be a thing.
No, it shouldn't be allowed to be a thing. And that's why it's like, America has made socialism this boogeyman. And in reality, like socialism is just asking for workers to be compensated as like with the understanding that they are producing most of the value here.
Yeah, because if all Burger King, store employees decided not
earned
to
a half
show
a
up
percent
work
of profits. Yeah, right. Yeah.
for a month, guess what?
What are they going to do?
Are any of those people who don't work in a Burger King store but are employed by Burger King going to make money? Like, no.
Crazy. And like
So,
there is ways to do this. It's just, everyone in America is brainwashed. Not everyone, but they spend a lot of energy and effort to make sure that people in America don't fight for things like unions,
mhm,
and are actively anti-socialist. You and I were talking about this last night, but like Cuba has actually better healthcare than America,
mhm,
and
significantly.
like way better. And like
And they
everyone's
don't
like,
pay
"Oh, but
and
right," and they don't pay for it.
they don't have to pay for going to the doctor.
And America does this scare tactic with Cuba, especially where we're like, yeah, but they don't have food. And it's like, yeah, because we don't let them have food. We
Yeah.
don't let them participate in international trade.
We block
So
them
it's
from
like,
being a participant in the global economy.
right. So it's like it's this fake boogeyman because, that can't work, even though it's actively working in other places. Everything's terrible, man. Everything's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
This I hate too. This I fucking hate. I hate this so much. This is gross. Like it's cool that this guy, right? This is the same guy. He has a GoFundMe,
Set up by his
and it raised,
daughter, it seems like.
which is great, and it raised $385,000, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But this is bullshit. Capitalists being like, "Oh, the social safety net is GoFundMe. Go fuck yourself." Like
Mm-hmm.
I hate that shit so much. It's great that this guy got paid for 27 years of never fucking missing a day of work, but like this is not a solution to a problem.
No. Like and like his daughter goes on to explain that like the reason he kept this job is because it had better benefits that he could get at another job.
Mm-hmm.
Um but like insane. Insane.
It's just people like read GoFundMe stories like this and they're like, "Oh, this is heartwarming." And it's like it's not. It's
No.
not heartwarming. It's depressing. It's fucking terrible. This is a failed system.
It's nice that this man is going to get these things, but it's terrible that this is how he's getting it.
And GoFundMe's taking a percentage of this.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Like isn't
Even
GoFundMe the one
even
that
like
like
the
the
social
CEO
safety net, dude. Go ahead.
isn't GoFundMe the one that the CEO was like, I can't take it anymore, seeing how many of these are basically just I need money to live. Like I need
Yeah,
to
because
pay
it's
my
like I
medical
got
bills.
cancer. Sucks
Yeah.
to suck, bro.
Ah, Like
Like literally, even like the fake social safety net that we have set up for people, which is again fake, not real in any way, and total bullshit. Capitalists are still taking a cut of
yeah.
because there's no other way to do it, man. Fucking, there's no innovation fucking under socialism, man. No innovation under socialism. Go to Cuba and look what they have fucking done with 8,000-year-old cars.
It's very
Like,
true.
fucking get fucked, dude. I'm sorry. I hate everything. I hate everything so much.
Remember when politics weren't a part of the show?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't our idea, and now it's just what we
Mm-hmm.
do. And every week, I
Yep.
just make you really mad.
It's because this is maddening.
It is. It is. It
It's
is very maddening.
maddening.
It's not the only example we had this last week of.
This is insane.
uh, so Carol Miller, 99,
Oh my God.
works at a Chick-fil-A in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm. 6 days a week.
6 days a week. So she would be working 7, except Chick-fil-A is not open on Sundays.
Uh-huh. But it's surely this is for fun.
And shows no signs of slowing down.
Dear God.
This is not inspirational.
No.
Why?
But they are like, that's the media though, right? Because the media is also pro-capitalism.
Yeah.
And they're literally playing this off like this is some inspirational feel-good story.
Why is this
This is
woman working?
amazing.
If she wants to do
didn't.
something productive,
Yeah.
why isn't she like volunteering? Because she probably needs the money.
I didn't look into the article because I genuinely don't know. She could be working because she enjoys it or whatever, but there are several people who work because they have to,
Yeah.
not because they enjoy it.
Um, shoot, I completely forgot to put in here, but I read an article this week about interviews with people who recently retired and have gone back to work because
Because
inflation
401ks are
inflation has made
actually
their
not
bills,
enough.
well, yeah.
Right.
Inflation has made their bills too expensive and they can't
Yep.
afford to
Absolutely.
not work.
Yep.
And there was one woman in the interview that they were like, when do you expect to retire? And she said, I don't think I ever will.
Mm-hmm. Which
And
is exactly what the capitalist overlords want. Die working at your job. That's better for us.
mhm,
We don't have to pay you or worry about unemployment.
yeah. The restaurant plans to throw a party for Miller in December when she turns 100 this year.
What? We're gonna get her a fucking cake and she's gonna take a bite and die.
I
It's
mean, I
just
hope
gonna
I'm
be
as fit as
fucking
this woman when if I'm ever 99.
yeah.
She walks to
True
work
that.
every day.
True that. Picking up garbage. True that.
Yeah.
True that. I can't do that now, so
She is inspirational
that's a
because
fact.
of those things, not because she works at Chick-fil-A at 99.
Yeah. She probably smokes cigarettes and drinks Dr. Pepper.
It's
She's probably
probably
one of them.
one of those people that is like just an
Yeah.
outlier that other people are like,
Hey,
nah, lung
you're
cancer's fake.
135. Exactly. You're 135. What's the secret? I smoke 6 packs a day. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Genetics are fake. I hate this.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gross. Gross stuff.
Yep. It does make sense though, as we can transition to the next thing there, is that what's cool is that the reason that this is happening is because profits are down across the board.
Are they?
Yeah, companies are making less money. That's obviously why people can't get paid more.
I mean, this article by The Guardian uh says quite the contrary.
Oh, was I wrong?
I think yeah, you were very wrong.
I
Top
do that a
US
lot.
corporations raising prices on Americans even as profits surge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's not so much inflation as it is uh, companies realizing that they can charge more, and if all of them that make the same sorts of products charge more at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, they can. Well, there. Uh,
Hey, that price dropped. You better buy that
uh, they can all make money. All make more money. Which
together.
what do they do with that money? They give it to their employees?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, wait, are the employees the same as the shareholders?
No, no, no.
Oh, then no.
Yeah.
Well, they
So
give it to an employee, to
an
be fair.
employee. Uh this is crazy. So this chart
Yes.
is showing different uh companies in different uh industries. Couldn't think. And how their profits have soared. And then right here at the bottom, how much
That
worker
itty
wages
bitty
has gone
number.
up. So from Q1 2020 to Q1 of 2022, US median wages increased 1.6%. Isn't inflation something like 9% right now?
Yes, I
So
believe so.
so so in actuality,
It's a pay cut.
based on spending power, US worker wages have decreased about 7 to 8%.
Yep.
Uh now to Q1 of 2020. But you know what? Everyone's being hit hard. General Motors only up 4%. So,
Cheesecake Factory is down.
yeah, because people are tired of getting food poisoning. Like, No restaurant can have a menu that large and
Yeah.
and and,
And
and,
maintain food safety
and
standards.
do it well.
Yeah.
Um, Kroger only up 5%. Procter and Gamble 14th. They're beating inflation. Kohl's 18,
Mm-hmm.
about double, and it just keeps going up.
Yep.
Steel Dynamics 809%. We don't use steel for anything, right? It's not that important.
It's just wild
It's
because again, it all comes back to capitalism, right? Because the line has to always go up.
yeah.
Because if the line isn't always going up, then the line isn't going up. And if the line's not going up, then again, I have to emphasize the line's not going up. And that's a problem because the line's not going up. And so we have to spend all this money in stock buybacks, and then the CEO gets bonuses, of
Mhm.
course, for the work that the actual fucking workers are doing. It's unbelievable. It's profit theft. Like companies want to talk about fucking time theft or whatever. Like this is profit theft. This is wage theft. It's insane to me.
Yeah. It's fucking nuts.
I
I
hate this country.
so I didn't look at this article at all before we started. I just kind of looked at the title and was like, okay, yeah. Um, Wild to me that Kroger is only up 5%
Mm-hmm.
and Albertsons is up here at 671. Like,
Mm-hmm.
boy, am I happy that my regional grocery chain that is owned by one of these two is owned by Kroger.
Mm-hmm. Mine's Kroger, Fred
like,
Meyer's. But
like you
I
are
will say
fucked if you are in Albertsons territory right now.
some of this is relative though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. They could
Because
have had a really
Albertsons had
hard
some
year.
really bad years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe they bought
They bought
a ton of
yeah,
chains in 2020.
they bought that one company, one of those food delivery companies a couple of years ago.
Schwann's,
Uh, huh?
like a food delivery company or like a meal kit company. What?
Meal Kit Company.
Got it.
Meal Kit Company. Plated or whatever. I think they bought Plated. And it cost them like $600 million or some shit. And it like Plated has never actually made money. It's one of those
Yeah,
things.
that's
And it
stupid.
cost them so much money. Yeah.
So stupid. Uh, and look, you know how gas prices have been super expensive?
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's because like they couldn't afford, right? They had to pass
Yeah.
on those.
They had to raise
Yeah,
prices.
not at all
Yep.
because Chevron wanted to make more money,
Nope.
and all of
Couldn't
the
be.
other ones.
The thing is that's so frustrating is like you can even be like, yeah, I understand that businesses are going to act in the business's best interest, right?
Mhm.
Because like it's a business, but a business isn't a person.
But this is
Businesses
pillaging.
don't make decisions. People do. But
Yeah.
even then, people make decisions. And like if you want to put one guy in charge of making decisions that only benefit the business, like this is what it's going to lead to.
Yeah.
Don't tell us it's going to lead to anything else because it never fucking will.
But like this
I
is
hate
just
it so
like
much.
I don't care about people. Like,
100%.
people are numbers. That
Plated sold for 300 million, by the way.
that's
Actually.
disgusting.
Yeah. Never made money. But yeah, 100%. It's gouging. Like it's insane. Especially because something like oil, because it's almost gaslighting, right? Because something like oil and gas is such an integral part of our lives because of lobbying and how we've decided to build our infrastructure because of fucking car manufacturers and gas and oil companies. And then it's like, oh, we're just going to jack these prices because, we want more money. And it's like, what's the, there is no alternative. So many people in America don't live in walkable cities. Like that doesn't exist in this country.
Yeah, absolutely. Mine's not.
I hate it so much.
I
Dude.
live in between two cities and I cannot walk into either of them. And by between, I mean like an eighth of a mile one way I'm in a city and like a quarter of a mile the other I'm in the other city. And neither of that stretch into those
You can
cities
walk.
is really walkable.
That's insane.
So
Land of the free, baby.
yeah, I mean I have to have a car. But yeah,
No, Mega. There's no Mega Man who obviously lives in New Zealand. Asks, could you walk them? But it takes you 20 hours one way. It's not a distance issue. It's probably, I would assume, and Alec, correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah,
There's probably no sidewalks or safe way to venture there that would not
yes,
result in you being hit by a car.
correct. I
Hmm.
live in like a neighborhood area that is right off a like essentially a highway.
Hmm.
And so even though you go not very far down the highway and you end up
Hmm.
in a town,
You
there's
got to
not,
get on the fucking highway.
yes, there's not a good connection. Like I can't even,
That's so insane.
yeah, there's not even like a good shoulder or a bike lane for me to ride a bike down this area.
Just strap a blinker onto your back.
Yeah. I
Oh
mean,
my
it's crazy.
god.
Like
It is. It truly is.
I could go really out of my way to get into the city that's closer to me by like going like a mile to the one of the other cardinal directions. Um and then backtracking into the city. But the closest and most direct route for both of them, you can't. It's a car. That's it.
Insane. And we've done this intentionally. It's how we built our infrastructure. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a great movie about the car industry fucking taking over public transportation and running it into the ground and building a freeway instead.
Yep.
Terrible. That's the other thing, Mega Man. We don't have public transportation here.
Oh yeah. Our our public transit, like our buses don't even run on Sundays.
Right.
So like
But that's okay because nobody works on
if
Sundays.
you're a poor person that's working in the service industry on a Sunday and you don't own a car, you can't even depend on the really shitty bus system to get you to work.
That sounds right.
Like I many years over many years I had multiple employees that couldn't be available on Sundays because they didn't have a car and they
Hmm.
couldn't, you know, bus to work on Sundays.
Right. No way to get there.
No. Call a taxi or an Uber and fork over most of what you would earn that day to work. So why not just
That's crazy.
not work that
Exactly.
day?
I refuse to pay to go to work. I hate that shit so much.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's the capitalism section. I mean, sort
Yo,
of.
it is the capitalism section. Fuck capitalism. I hate capitalism. It's the worst.
We're going to talk about conservative politicians now. Is capitalism the worst or this the worst? I mean, it's the same thing.
That's true. They're pretty much the same thing.
So Rand Paul, everyone's favorite, is notoriously beat up by his neighbor because he's such an annoying person and a terrible person that his neighbor had enough at some point. And like, don't fault that man. Uh, would like to repeal the Espionage Act.
Surely there's a good reason.
Well, so here's the thing. The Espionage Act has been invoked to do a lot of terrible shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the idea of repealing or revising the Espionage Act,
Actually, not a bad idea.
not necessarily a bad idea, but why does good old Rand want to do it right now? Could it
Can't
be?
imagine. Can't imagine. Tell me
Could
what.
it be that is most likely the thing that is finally the nail in the Donald Trump coffin?
Certainly could be.
Certainly could
So,
be.
I wonder if they're worried. Seems like a lot of them might be worried that they're going to be implicated.
Oh yeah. Well, absolutely. Like I haven't heard any direct links on Rand Paul's part to January 6th or
Mm-hmm.
anything like specifically gross and Trumpy, but we have footage of Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert giving people tours before.
Yeah, but we're also way past just January 6th.
Yeah, it's true. So true.
The
This is so much worse.
yeah. The oh god, what's his name? It's like Dan, oh god, he's the Trump Foundation CEO. He just cut a deal.
Oh yeah. Well, no, he basically said, "No, I'm not talking. I'll take jail time." He cut a deal like you do for your mafia mob boss.
Oh god, I need to find his name.
Right? If we're thinking about the same guy, I'm pretty sure that like he's just taking jail time.
So there is more complexity to it than that.
Well, that's good news cuz
Yes.
if he was just like, nope, I'm not going to talk anymore. Just send me to jail.
Alan Weisselberg. I'm looking for the relevant.
But yeah, the idea of repealing the Espionage Act is not horrible, but Rand Paul wants to do it so Trump doesn't go to jail.
Right, it's literally just for Trump. Okay. So I think part of the deal here is
Mhm.
that he can no longer plead the fifth.
Okay.
So he has to testify against Trump because they're going to use him in testimony, like on the stand in other cases. And I think he's lost the ability to plead the fifth if it's involved, or not other cases, but if it's involved with this case, he's lost that ability. And like that's part of the deal.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he'll cooperate.
I think he's going to.
I hope so.
Because he only got 6 months. It seems like there's a behind the scenes handshake. He is a rich white guy though, so it could just be a case of rich white guy getting rich white guy treatment.
Yeah,
That do be happening.
that's my thought. Like when I saw it,
Yeah.
it very much felt like, no, I'll just do jail time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because as ridiculous as it is to say, our most prevalent modern mafia is Trump
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
and the Trump family.
Apparently, he openly agreed to testify if he was called as a witness.
All right. Well, hopefully he gives real answers.
Yeah, we'll see exactly. We'll see what happens with that. But he's going to jail for a little bit of time at least.
For half a year,
Love to see that.
he'll be out by next spring.
Boo. Maybe he'll die there. That'd be cool.
That is also very potential. Very, very high potential. More than 20 Republican attorneys general are suing to reverse a Biden administration school meal program policy that doesn't allow discrimination against LGBTQ students.
Well, because we want it's my religion says I have to discriminate against the gays, Alec.
The most hilarious thing about this, is it's not even like a like they said anything. It's just that the USDA was like, we're gonna uphold Title IX.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, that means we can't, that means we have to feed the gay kids.
Basically, them just saying we recognize that discrimination happens against
Yeah.
these in these instances.
There's no like real big declaration. Like there was no push. It was just like,
Right.
yes, Title IX is a thing. It's been a thing since 1972. Correct. Like
Hilarious.
there was no, and like it doesn't seem like anything's gonna come of this. It's just one of those things where it's like, what the, this is what you spend your time getting incensed about.
Yes,
Like,
exactly. Yes,
yeah,
because it'll rile the party up, dude.
yeah. rile up
Racism
your base.
and bigotry. That's how you rile up the party, dude.
Well, yeah.
Gotta whip them votes.
So there's that.
Yes, we're a
You
little
know,
late with this next one, but it just very much in the line of like fuckatry, capitalism, and absolute bullshit.
yeah. So this is long done and gone. But there was a provision in the bill that is known as the Inflation Reduction Act at one point to cap insulin costs at $35 a prescription cost to the individual buying it. Republicans struck it from the bill, and they were able to because of how the bill was being passed. But basically, Republicans were like, no, fuck you. Pay $4,000 a month for insulin. It's insane.
It's insane. And like it's insane for every reason. Okay. For every reason revolving around American healthcare, right? With the fact that we can't negotiate prices, the fact that like the pharmaceutical companies and the doctors are in bed together with the insurance agencies. So like it's a three-way bullshit. Okay, but insulin especially, and I'm sure you know this, but the guy who created insulin sold the patent to the University of Toronto for $1
Yeah.
because they wanted everyone who needed insulin, a life-saving fucking drug, to be free.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
It shouldn't even cost $35.
No, it shouldn't. It should literally be free.
It should be free.
It should be covered with taxes. Goddamn.
Yep.
We pay enough in taxes.
Yep. It would be so easy. So
Don't buy 3 missiles this year, and then you could pay for insulin for everybody.
So freaking easy in our country to cover everyone with an existing healthcare system.
Yes.
You just get rid of the words over 65 from the Medicare clause.
It's
Medicare
amazing.
is not perfect at all.
No, but it's a lot better than what we have in a lot of places.
And it got better with this bill. Because the thing is, we kind of just have to, we'll come back to Magic the Gathering. We kind of just have to segue into this while we're talking about this. So, this bill does a lot of things. It doesn't do all the things that they wanted it to do because they couldn't get 60 votes. And if you can't get 60 votes in the Senate, you can be filibustered. And filibustering, you don't even have to do what you used to do, which is stand up there and talk.
Literally.
And talk and hold the stage and not sit. Now you can just say, I'm filibustering, and you can leave. Which is
so gross.
Which is fucking disgusting.
And the filibuster, side note. But anyways.
So, to get around that, since the Democrats only have 50
simple majority
senators and a majority because Democrats hold the White House.
The House of the President.
So the
Vice President
acts as a tiebreaker. Budget bills are not held to that same 60 standard. You cannot filibuster a budget bill. Because if you could filibuster a budget bill, you could make the nation default on its debt, yada, yada. Lots of bad things. We care more about our economy than people. So,
X, always have, always will.
We have protected it in this end. So instead of what this initial bill was intended that passed the House over a year ago, they came up with a budget version of the bill. So they passed it through budget reconciliation, which means it gets written up by what's the name of the parliamentarian of the Senate who basically says, yes, this falls under federal budget. No, this doesn't fall under federal budget. And they don't like take things out of the bill if they say no. That's not their job.
They just say yes or no.
They just say yes or no whether that falls under this. And so because Republicans were like, oh, that affects private insurance. they could say you have to take that out of the bill. Like Democrats could have snuck it in, but Republicans, being assholes, were like, nope, that affects private industry, so it doesn't
Yeah.
qualify to be in a budget reconciliation bill. So that is what this bill was passed as. That's why we didn't get $35 cap on insulin. What we did get, which you made a comment about, is Medicare being able to negotiate prices,
Finally.
which is great. Medicare just got better.
But what was rejected was the proposal to have them match what the VA has negotiated for in drug prices.
Yeah.
Which is another government agency. Like it's the
Yes.
Jesus, dude.
Medicare, by the way, the cheapest as far as how much of their money goes to clerical costs of any health insurance in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Private health insurance spends way more money on
clerical
operating costs.
Absolutely.
Shocking. I know.
Absolutely. Never would have guessed it.
So yeah, this bill that has passed now has been signed. Which is great. Does a lot of good things.
Yep.
It's not perfect because it
Nope.
couldn't be, because our system. It is a lot of the promises that were made in the campaign and early on in Biden's presidency were passed through this bill. Or
right.
versions of them.
Right.
There's a lot for alternative energy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot for vehicle manufacturing of, electric vehicles.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot for home improvements.
There's a lot of
which I would like. I want to get solar panels. You know, I want to do that.
But the thing that's nice about all of these, because it's kickbacks. That's what it is. They're all like tax breaks, and
that's how you survive in a capitalist society. That's what you do. That's all you have. That's the mechanism.
There is a lot of metrics that these companies and things that these companies have to do to get the kickbacks, and they're all tiered. So the amount of money you get is based on how many of those stipulations you meet.
Good.
One of the things is
should always be that way.
Bringing manufacturing involving these things, so like solar panels, like the batteries the energy is stored in, like the turbines, all of that has to be in the US. So you create more jobs in the US. Nuclear power plants have to train people, have to essentially make a little trade school in their power plant in order to get all of the funding. And they have to meet a pay threshold. Like they have to pay the floor for how much someone gets paid for working there. There's a very complicated equation, but basically is like significantly above the poverty line.
Good.
In order for them to get the full kickback. So the electric vehicles, almost no company that sells electric vehicles in the United States qualifies for that right now because of all of the things that they have to do to qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great, because if you're going to try and make all of these things happen in a capitalist society, that's how you have to do it. You have to go, well, you all have been fucking with the tax code for forever. Now we're going to make the tax code fuck with you.
Right. You have to actually make them do it, because companies are not going to do this themselves.
No, absolutely not. But also, speaking of taxes, the other thing that this bill does, which I don't have a link for, is it gives a lot more money to the IRS.
Yeah, which is good.
Which is great. Because right now,
they're criminally underfunded.
They are insanely underfunded. They're using technology that they've had since the 70s.
Literally. Floppy disks.
Paper. Like, it's insane.
Most of the money, people talked about 87,000 IRS agents, right? So most of the money, like you just said, is going actually towards modernizing their storage.
Mm-hmm. which will make it so they spend less time manually processing things, which
Which,
means
if
that
you've
they
ever had to
have.
call the IRS,
I've never had to, thank God.
okay, their average hold time there is like 8 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But this means that theoretically they can spend more time investigating people who are abusing the system, or companies
And
that are
who likely
abusing
have
the
a higher
system.
net worth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, if you have a higher net worth, you are less likely to be audited
To be audited. Right.
because they cannot afford to fight you in court.
Right.
They don't have the money.
Nope. They don't have the resources.
Um, so yeah, that home energy improvement section is about, like, there are kickbacks and lowering the cost of things that heat and cool your home without using natural gas. It's like there's a lot of really good stuff in this bill.
Yep.
There's the stupid Joe Manchin shit in this bill too, because they had to get
Right.
Joe Manchin on board. Uh,
Typical fuckery.
yeah. First thing, requiring the government to approve oil and gas leases that Trump had approved and Biden paused.
Even though the oil and gas industry already has tons of leased land that they are just
Yes.
refusing to drill on.
Yep. Uh, he's also made it illegal for any future lawmakers to stop offering federal lands for oil and gas by tying our ability to offer federal lands for wind and solar to a requirement to offer oil and gas leases. So they have to offer both. You can't just say we're done offering for oil and gas, only wind and solar. The thing is about this, while it sounds, I mean, it is despicable, is the other things in the bill are already steering these energy corporations away. And they're steering them away more than these will steer them towards
Mm-hmm.
more oil and gas.
You hope, at least.
You hope. Like, based on how the bill is structured, that's how it should
Right.
work.
Right.
Which is probably why they didn't care that much about Joe Manchin being Joe Manchin.
Which still sucks though, because fuck Joe Manchin.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hate that guy.
But this is big. Like, this is actual, like, good stuff. And it got through.
Mm-hmm.
The Congress people did a thing.
Yep.
Some of them. Half of them tried not to do a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's good. Also, though, they've refused to pass more funding for COVID tests and medications. So pretty soon, that's all going to go to your own insurance. So,
Yep.
you know.
Learn to live with it, baby.
Mm-hmm. But if we don't have to be mad at those people for just that. We can also be mad at them for
Joins us with an
inciting
announcement about new legislation.
violence against trans people.
This is insane.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene has introduced a bill that she has called the Protect Children's Innocence Act, which criminalizes gender affirming care.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You shouldn't be able to call a bill whatever you want.
No.
I know that, like, that's the thing to take the least issue with.
Well, politics is just marketing.
Yeah, but marketing, exactly, because marketing works.
Yeah.
She shouldn't be able to call it the Protect Children's Innocence Act.
No. I mean, there's a reason it's called pro-life and pro-choice.
Right.
Because those things evoke connotations that rile up that base. It's called pro-life for Republicans because that riles them up because they equate it to murder. And it's called pro-choice because, Democrats tend to believe that you're allowed to have the freedom to make your own goddamn choices.
This is just going to directly lead to kids dying.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I fucking hate everything so much.
Like,
And like it won't pass. It won't,
no.
you know.
Absolutely.
But
It won't
like
even get voted on.
it's basically dog whistling for her base. And it's
Yeah.
not even really a dog whistle, right? It's like fucking steam truck horning for her base.
Yeah, this is just kill trans people.
Yeah.
That's what this bill is. Please go harm your local trans person.
Yep. It's okay. They're subhuman.
And like a lot of the things that are in this bill that she's trying to block are things that children do not have access to anyway. That like aren't procedures that happen with kids. So it's not, like you said, this has nothing to do with actually affecting the law of our nation.
Mm-hmm.
This is just riling up bigots and emboldening
Exactly.
them.
That's
all
the
it's
entire
about.
purpose of it. Yep. That's the hope, the dream, the wish, and the pray.
But yeah, good old Magic the Gathering.
I hate her
Basically
so
already
much.
confirmed to have another 2 years of her.
Yep.
Congratulations, everyone.
Get that to look forward to for sure.
Most likely, thanks to gerrymandering, the Democrats will lose the House in the fall. Most likely.
It's yeah, right.
But currently, they will probably keep the Senate.
Looking okay on the Senate,
Looking like they might get more power in the Senate,
which would be wild, but awesome.
Which would be wild. Statistically, with the House, this is just what happens. Midway through a presidency, it swings to the opposite side of
because
whatever
the party that won gets content, and the party that lost is fired up.
Exactly. So, I know that it is always a little futile, and it is always about what the hell is, like, how can you don't necessarily have the power.
Fucking everything sucks.
But you need to go vote.
Fucking fuck everything. It's all terrible. The system is rigged.
It sure is. But you know,
do vote though.
You gotta wipe your ass. It's the wiping your ass of politics is showing up and voting.
Yeah, do vote. That is important. But like, it is rigged. It's bullshit. But like, do it. It's important.
Mm-hmm. Do we have an up note to end on?
I put something in there because I'm fucking depressed, dude.
Okay,
thank God. So depressed.
Thank God.
I put a little tweet of the week that'll cheer us all up.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
it's a meal.
We're gonna go back now. Oh,
my
God! Look at this little rice bunny in a blanket.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
Red would not be able to eat that.
Yes,
Why? Because it's so cute.
It's not a real bunny.
Yeah, it's not a real bunny. It would just be so cute.
It is so adorable.
Yeah, that made me happy. There's a little dopamine hit for everybody.
Yeah, look at the little bun. Look at the happy little bun.
And it's a tomato egg stir fry, which sounds delicious because shakshuka's, fried eggs and tomato.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that this stir fry would be amazing.
That does look really good.
The peas are killing it for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Not a big
Take the peas out of there.
See, I'm not a big green onion person, like texturally.
Like scallions?
Yeah, I don't like the paperiness.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Red, can you go make this for me?
Yeah, look at it. Oh my God.
I gotta know. Okay, well, thank you everybody for.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for. I almost went straight into the Wolf Den outro because
fucking like, comment, and subscribe, and all the social media.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching us. Yeah. So follow the socials. Follow the Beanscast social at BeanscastPod. Join the Discord. tinyurl.com/beanscast. Archive of the show goes up Tuesdays. It's going to be Tuesdays now because that just is easier for me to execute. Have a great week. See you next week, everybody.
Oh wait, I bought a 3DS, guys.
Oh,
And
I
if
forgot to do
you have
that.
a game suggestion for a game for me to play, fucking get your suggestions in quick in the comments.
Comment.
Because the eShop is fucking closing,
The
so
eShop
be
is dying
quick.
forever. Okay. Now for real. And